I've said it, the most Nazi-like activities I've seen, and the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shook people down, did a lot of really bad things.
But they did good things, too. We're going to stop dissing the Nazis all the time.
Okay, we're going to get to that.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Kanye West, now known as Ye, appearing on the Alex Jones podcast alongside his newfound friend, Nick Fuentes. Now, I don't understand exactly what Kanye's doing. I really don't get it. You're just trying to become the president, because if you want to become the president, you got to win people over. You got to make them want to vote for you. And if your campaign is blame the Jays for everything, for your family falling apart, kids taken away, money taken away, career down the toilet, if that's your whole campaign, then I don't understand how you're going to get anybody on your side. Talking about Hitler is good, all these guys are good. How is that going to, most people don't like what he's talking about. So he's not really going to gain support that way. Of course, you might have some guys on Reddit that say, hey, go Ye, you're saying the right thing. You're approaching the untouchables. But how is that going to help him? We're talking about regular mouth-breathing normies that would want to vote or not vote for somebody to become the president of the USA. I don't really get it. But before I go down the rabbit hole too much, let's roll some clips. Of course, all these clips, and if I can find the full podcast, I'll link to it in the description. But let's start first thing first with a crazy admission from Ye.
Do I round up Jews in Nazi Germany? Do I get love then? Schwarzenegger said he loved Hitler. They gave him an award. I'm just saying, I don't like Nazis, and I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either.
I like Hitler.
So you heard what Alex Jones was saying right there, right? You heard what he was saying, talking about, well, you could be somebody that says they like them funny mustache guy, you get an award, I don't like them, et cetera, et cetera. But then Kanye, rather than just agreeing with that, he says, well, I like Hitler. And so it's like, okay, I don't understand what you're trying to do. Are you trying to gain support? Are you trying to gain people that want to see you succeed, or what? Are you just trying to say whatever you want? Are you trying to test free speech? What is the actual purpose of what you've been doing here? I don't really know. And furthermore, free speech does not absolve you from any kind of penalty. People may still say, you know what? I don't like what you said. I'm not going to vote for you, or I'll boycott you, or whatever the case may be. Let's keep on going here. Shout out to Anomaly for this clip from the podcast.
You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well,
so let's stop right here, and then I'm gonna rewind it so you can kind of just understand what happened. So Alex Jones is really just trying to defend Kanye. He's like, look, you're not a Nazi. You're not a demon. You're not this bad guy. He's trying to say that you're not these things. What's Kanye say? Well, I don't know. Maybe. Hold on. Let's back up, and then you hear it in full context.
That's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good.
Let's pause right there. Let's talk about that, because this was a discussion on Twitter. Did he really invent the highways? No, he didn't. The microphone? No, he didn't. Now, I've been able to find a little bit about this, a little bit of research. And if I'm wrong, y'all please correct me in the comments below. But what happened with the highways is that the Autobahn that exists today, which means basically federal road, that was further developed under Nazi Germany. But the plans for it started under Weimar Republic, which was right before that. So the plans were there in Weimar, but they weren't completed. And then when the funny mustache guy came in, they took those plans and completed it. That's what I've read. That's what I was able to find out. And if I'm wrong about it, let me know in the comments below. But to say that Hitler invented highways is not true. And all I was able to find as far as a microphone is that the carotid microphone, like this microphone right here, and other microphones, they were invented in the early 1920s. And I think the only people that I was able to find in Germany was Sennheiser, which is 1945. They're an audio company. I have headphones on right now that are Sennheiser, but they didn't invent the microphone. They're just an audio company that happened to be formed in Germany during that time.
And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one?
And let's just say that what he's saying is true, that every human being has something to bring to the table. Why would you die on the hill of that guy? Out of all the guys in the world, why would you die on the hill of that guy? What is the purpose? And furthermore, this brings credence to what Van Jones was saying. Van Jones of TMZ, the black guy that was on there. Remember when Kanye went on there and said slavery's a choice, and then the black guy was screaming at him? That guy. Well, Van Jones said, maybe even during that whole slavery was a choice situation, that he liked Hitler. And there was also a rumor that he was going to name his album Hitler. And then he got persuaded by those around him to say, no, don't do that. Just call it Yay or whatever it was. That's why he did what he did. So this just gives them credence. Before this, you could just say, oh, they're just talking, they're lying on him. But now we know that what they said was probably true.
Ari Emanuel, how you like that one? Hey, Ron, you going to do anything to fix Chicago?
Well, I am worried about the thousands of black folks down in the month of Chicago, but let me expand on that because that's a nuanced issue. Yeah. You know, my grandfather grew up in Dallas and from a pretty wealthy family.
Also, Hitler was born Christian.
Oh, I've actually studied some of the history on it, but it's very interesting. My grandfather, grew up and actually some of his family spoke some German. There's a lot of Germans in Texas. But did you know that he grew up next door to the inventor of air conditioning and the inventor of one of the major inventors of refrigeration? And so my issue was, growing up, my grandfather told me the stories about some of the inside baseball and the things that went on. But later, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to tell you some stuff about Hitler that you might not know directly that happened to my people I knew.
I'd love to hear everything because guess what? We don't get to hear. It's hidden. Even like our truth, the fact that African Americans were in America before the Pilgrims. That truth is hidden.
He has a hard time staying on topic. A very hard time. He'll just go from topic to topic. If it's something that loosely leaps into something else, he'll just jump straight into it. It could be the slimmest, the slenderest, if that's the word, strand from one thing to the next. He'll just take it.
That we are actually the Native Americans, or some of us are Native, or the fact that what Kyrie got in trouble is pointing out that we're Jewish slave boats. And then,
look at Australia.
Yeah.
They've done some of the genetic typing of the Aborigines there, and they're basically Africans.
There you go. So all of these truths, and then the current truths about banking, about the government. My favorite thing that I got to say.
Okay, so that's one clip right there. And then here's something else. He continues. This is what he's going to do in every interview. I don't really see how this is going to help him at all. I don't get it. I really don't understand. I felt like he's having episodes here, mental episodes. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's crazy, but I'm just thinking that he's not all the way 100% wrapped too tight. The elevator's not going all the way to the top floor. That doesn't mean he's crazy. He should get put into a hospital or locked up, but I think that he should just take a little bit of time off, take a month off or so from these media opportunities and just get himself together.
It's like he had a really cool outfit and stuff, and he was a really good architect.
So he's speaking about the funny mustache guy again. Really cool outfit, good architect. Okay, more defending, more praise.
And
so you're in love with the look of it.
And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just factually incorrect.
Guys, get the Ronald Reagan clip they showed me yesterday. Sorry, go ahead.
Alex Jones don't even want to hear this. If you go on Alex Jones and he's cutting you off, and he don't want to hear what you got to say, you're doing too much. Alex Jones got fined, what? $1 trillion or some stupid amount because of the whole Sandy Hook situation. How much was that? Was it $1 trillion really? You're talking about the GDP of the USA. He got fined that much for what he said. And if he is saying, yo, you're doing too much, you're doing way too much.
Go ahead. Ronald Reagan said that too. Well, I think Hitler did target and kill some people. So I think,
I think Obama killed Palestinians.
No, I hear you. Here's where I think the frustration is. And Nick, you can comment on this.
And Obama was not the first black president. He was another Jewish president.
I don't really understand.
You're not a Nazi.
Okay, that's the one you already saw. Oh, and here, I'm going to just, I think I'm going to just end it right here. This is how I know that Kanye is not really serious and or he's just having a hard time right now with some mental issues he's dealing with. Or both. Either one I can't really tell, but something's not really right. Let's check it out.
I'm in the twilight zone right now.
Netanyahu.
So he's talking about Benjamin Netanyahu, the former Israeli prime minister, and I think he's going to be the new prime minister or president, whatever they call it over there. He brought out a net, like a fly net, like a fly swatter, but it's a net, and a can of Yoo-hoo, or pardon me, like a bottle of Yoo-hoo, the milk. Net and Yoo-hoo. You get it? Net and Yahoo?
What do you have to say? What do you have to say to Alex Jones right now, Nick Fuentes and Ye? It was bad. It was bad for Trump to meet with Nick and Ye. Okay. I had no idea your voice is going to sound like that, Netanyahu.
So the bottle of Yoo-hoo on the table, and then that represent Netanyahu, and he is talking to it and responding. Okie dokie. Yay 24, right? This gonna be your president for real? Him? Come on, let's stop. Let's stop playing games, please.
So you don't like Benjamin Netanyahu?
I just heard about this guy 2 weeks ago since like the tweet, and I thought he had a funny name. I heard he's like really into like, he's like a super killer and I could die for saying this. So in case this the last time you ever hear from me.
Well, look. You don't know who he is. You just making fun of his name because he happens to be part of the tribe. I think I'm through with Kanye for a while. You know, I tried to defend Kanye because I still like Kanye. I think that he still can get himself back on track, but I think he's just not really being serious. You know, I don't think you could run a campaign blaming the Jays every time and just not really being serious, not saying things that are truthful. I don't really understand what the purpose is. And maybe I'm just looking too deep into it from an intellectual point of view. Maybe he's just talking nonsense because he's going through some things. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly why he's doing this, but this is not going to end well. He's not going to get any more opportunities to get platformed. I don't even think Alex Jones have him back on. Why would he? Trying to bogart the show, talking about, yeah, we're going to come back from a break in a minute. Trying to bogart the show, take it over, say whatever he wants. Same thing he did on Tim Pool. You don't really have any allies. The guys you do have as allies are handlers and users, aka Nick Fuentes and Milo. By the way, where was Milo at in this particular interview? Who knows? Who cares? But as I close, I'm going to say this. I don't have much more to say. I think that what he says right here speaks for itself. And you know what? This is part of the reason why you shouldn't just automatically deplatform people. Not automatically. Let them get their thoughts out there and let the general public tell you how they feel. The general public will not like this. If he tries to go out there and run seriously in 2024, he will have no success. People talking about, oh, well, they said the same thing about Trump. Did Trump run his campaign on blaming the Jays or blaming the blacks or blaming the whites or blaming the Hispanics? Was that the whole campaign? He spoke about political issues like the open border and terrorism from the Middle East, but he didn't speak about blaming the Jays. That wasn't the whole thing, or blaming any particular group. He spoke about things that people were having concerns about the economy, about the way the country was going, about the country's leadership. He didn't talk about just attacking this one group every time. That was not his way. Okay? It just simply wasn't. So to compare Trump and Kanye is pretty ridiculous, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what said you? How do you feel about what Ye is doing here with these interviews? Should he just take a little break for a while? Do you like what he's saying? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. I think that he is just ruining himself, really. He's not helping himself. He's not doing himself any kind of favor. This is really purposeless other than him just being able to vent whatever's on his chest. But there's no benefit other than that. He's getting attention, but he's Kanye West. He's a big celebrity. He doesn't need this kind of attention. He's not the kind of guy that's trying to blow up and trying to become somebody like an influencer. He's already He's already Kanye West. His track record speaks for itself. He doesn't need to become relevant anymore. He is who he is. And furthermore, he has on like Balenciaga gear in his interview, allegedly. That's what I hear. I don't really know, but I just think that this needs to come to an end pretty soon. Hopefully he gets guys in his corner that are going to help him rather than those who just want to mooch off of him and use him for their own purposes, for their own political benefit, for their own financial benefit. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share. and subscribe. Peace.